hurts to this moment, but it's still major that I got that done.
That's Big U's son, Diane Henley, and he's coming forward with some disturbing family secrets. For years, the Henley family stayed quiet while Big U ran the streets like a kingpin. But now, with fraud charges, murder accusations, and even alleged ties to Nipsey Hussle's death, it seems the silence is breaking. Big U is under serious fire, and his own blood is starting to expose the truth about his dark past. The hip-hop community is in shock as Eugene Big U Henley Jr., one of Los Angeles' most well-connected OGs, gets picked up by the feds on major charges. And this isn't just shaking up Big U's life. It's dragging his whole family into the spotlight, including his NFL star son, who now finds himself caught in the middle of a storm he never asked for. But before we get into the family fallout, let's break down what actually went down. Big U isn't just another name in South Central. He's been playing both sides for decades. Publicly, he branded himself as a community activist, founding the Developing Options nonprofit to support at-risk youth, and even helping launch big names in hip-hop, including the late Nipsey Hussle. But behind that clean image, the feds say he was still deep in the game, allegedly acting as a longtime shot caller for one of LA's most infamous gangs, the Rollin 60s neighborhood Crips. The Rollin 60s aren't just any gang, they're one of the largest in Los Angeles with around 1,600 members. Formed in 1976 as a clique of the West Side Crips, founded by Stanley Tookie Williams, their rep is ruthless. One of their own sayings is, "You ain't a rollin' 60 till you kill a 60," reflecting the brutal realities of their world. Their history is littered with violent headlines, from the tragic 1984 killing of Kermit Alexander's entire family in a mistaken hit, to the 1988 death of Karen Toshima, an innocent bystander caught in gang crossfire. For years, Big U pushed the image of a reformed man, appearing in documentaries, podcasts, and social media, claiming he left the street life behind after serving time. But according to law enforcement, it was all a front, a way to hide what was really happening behind the scenes. Then, in March 2025, everything came crashing down. The feds arrested Big U along with 18 other members and associates of the Rollin 60s in a massive takedown. The Department of Justice filed a federal complaint alleging that Big U was at the helm of a sprawling criminal enterprise involved in racketeering, fraud, drug trafficking, and more. This isn't just a minor legal hiccup, it's a 43-count indictment that could put Big U behind bars for the rest of his life. With everything from RICO violations to murder, kidnapping, stick-ups, extortion, wire fraud, embezzlement, human trafficking, and weapons charges, acting U.S. Attorney Joseph McNall didn't hold back when he said, as the indictment alleges, Mr. Henley led a criminal enterprise whose conduct ranged from murder to sophisticated fraud. But the wildest claim in the case? The alleged murder of aspiring rapper Ron Williams, signed to Big U's Unique music label, who was found dead in Las Vegas in 2021. According to the indictment, this wasn't just some random killing. It was allegedly a calculated hit over a diss track. Let's break it down. 21-year-old Ron Williams had personal ties to Big U. He played high school football with Big U's son, Dion Henley, who now plays in the NFL for the LA Chargers. Williams was signed to Big U's label and had been flown out to Vegas with all expenses paid, flight, Airbnb, and show tickets courtesy of the label. But according to federal prosecutors, Williams recorded a diss track aimed at Big U. The lyrics reportedly hinted at betrayal and even predicted his own fate, with lines like, "The bro that makes some money might get popped for thinking funny." When Big U heard the track, prosecutors say he pulled up on Williams in Vegas. What happened next is chilling. Big U and his associate Cody Vi Sylvester Robinson allegedly drove Williams to North Las Vegas, shot him multiple times in the face with .38 and dumped his body near Interstate 15. They then told studio workers to keep quiet and wiped security footage to cover their tracks. Williams' body was later found near a Nevada landfill, roughly 4 miles from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. The Clark County coroner confirmed his identity, and ruled the death a homicide caused by gunshot wounds. After the killing, social media exploded with demands for answers from Big U, but he stayed silent, only making the situation look more suspicious. William's mother, Shadonna Brown, publicly accused Big U of killing her son in a statement to TMZ, and demanded the full weight of the justice system come down on him. The case got even more intense when Big U initially refused to provide a DNA sample, forcing police to obtain a warrant. A viral video added fuel to the fire, claiming Big U's DNA was found under William.
So they had to send a warrant to get Big U's DNA. You want to take a wild guess whose DNA came back on the son? Big U, Eugene Henley's DNA, came back on her son's fingernail.
But the murder charge isn't the only serious allegation Big U is facing. According to the feds, he was running what they described as a mafia-like organization from 2010 all the way to March 2025. Dubbed the Big U Enterprise in the indictment, prosecutors claim he used his reputation and gang ties to pressure businesses, pro athletes, and music artists, forcing them to check in and pay for protection. Big U is also accused of pulling major financial scams. One charge involves a fraudulent COVID-19 relief loan application for Unique Music, where he claimed the label made $2,000 in 2019, when in reality it lost $5,000, making him ineligible for the funds. On top of that, he's facing accusations of stealing donations from his nonprofit Developing Options, which was funded by the City of Los Angeles through the GRYD Foundation, a program partially backed by federal money along with big-name donors, like Shaq and Draymond Green. The indictment paints Big U as someone who used his public image as a reformed gang member and community leader as a front for ongoing criminal operations. The feds allege he used that image to build clout and fear, manipulating both sides of the street to extend his influence. After his arrest, Big U appeared in court shackled at the wrists and ankles. He was ordered held in federal custody until his detention hearing on March 31, 2025. A week later, on April 8, he pleaded not guilty to all charges in a downtown Los Angeles courtroom. His trial is scheduled to begin on May 20, 2025. Before turning himself in, Big U released videos denying the allegations, claiming they were rooted in racial bias and jealousy. In one clip, he said, "This the price of being black and trying to help. Somebody trying to help your community and do what you can. You just guilty because somebody else don't like you." His attorney John Targowski stated that Big U looks forward to a vigorous defense and strongly maintains his innocence. This case is part of a larger federal crackdown on gang activity in Los Angeles, dubbed Operation Drawdown. Alongside Big U, several others were taken into custody, including Sylvester Vi Robinson, 59, and Mark Bearclaw Martin, 50, all facing similar federal charges. The feds started building their case back in August 2020, and by the following year, Big U's alleged criminal enterprise became a major focus. Multiple agencies got involved, including the FBI's Los Angeles Division, the IRS Criminal Investigations Unit, and the North Las Vegas PD, showing just how seriously they're taking this entire situation. The upcoming trial, scheduled to begin on May 6, 2025, is expected to have major consequences, not just for Big U and his co-defendants, but also for gang intervention programs and public trust in community leaders across Los Angeles. If convicted, Big U could be facing life in prison, while his alleged associates like Sylvester Robinson and Mark Martin could each get up to 20 years behind bars. Looking at the bigger picture, this case raises serious questions about gang culture in LA and how the line between community activism and street life can sometimes blur. The charges against Big U have sparked debate about the role of former gang members in outreach programs and the risks involved when those with street ties are positioned as community leaders. Now let's address the most controversial part of this saga: all the rumors surrounding Big U's relationship with Nipsey Hussle, and speculation about what really went down around Nipsey's death. Let's be clear, these are just rumors and street chatter, not facts, and none of it is included in the official charges against Big U. But since these claims have been circulating widely online and in the streets, it's important to unpack what people are saying. Nipsey Hussle, born Ermias Joseph Asghedom, was a respected rapper and community figure who was tragically murdered on March 31, 2019, in front of his Marathon clothing store in the Crenshaw district of Los Angeles. The official investigation found that Eric R. Holder Jr. was responsible, and he was later convicted and sentenced to 60 years to life. The motive? A personal conflict between Holder and Nipsey. As for Big U and Nipsey, they had a long and complicated history. Multiple sources confirm that Big U played a key role in Nipsey's early career, essentially acting as his manager around 2008, when Nip was still coming up. This connection is backed up in a video where Dion Henley, Big U's son, speaks on his personal relationship with Nipsey, adding more context to their deep ties. Despite all the rumors, no official evidence has linked Big U to Nipsey's death, but the speculation alone has been enough to keep his name at the center of online controversy.
Nipsey meant a lot to me, this community, to a lot of people far. You know, how much Nipsey has played a role in a lot of people's lives just with the inspiration he provided through his music. Me, I knew Nipsey since I was yay high. My dad was actually his first manager. While I was in the backyard doing football drills, Nipsey was downstairs making music.